Welcome back. We had just taken a short break from a very wonderful conversation I'm having with Irangi, who happens to be a PK, a pastor's kid. Of course, he's an adult now, but we tackled and discussed how his life as a young man, a young boy into adulthood looked like. And it's really refreshing once again to hear and understand a person who has lived in the Lord. Can you imagine the things that young men go through? But here we have this young man at age 13, he accepted Christ in his life, and years later with his beautiful family, a beautiful career, and a story to tell, he's able to walk us through so that you can learn something and not to feel bad just because you've chosen to live a life that is different. In this case, where everything you do is frowned upon just because it's the right thing, and not to succumb to the pressure. But most importantly, as a pastor's kid, how is he as a parent? Here we are. The young man has encountered all these things, fought them, managed to pick himself where things were not as smooth, and you meet your lovely wife.
Yes.
Just maybe not so specifically about her,
Yes.
but maybe you can walk us through what courtship looked like to you,
Yes.
how you knew this is the person to be, the discoveries, what even people should look out for, maybe where clearly you won in life.
Yes.
So guide
True.
the young men on how
Okay.
they can win in life.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes, I met my wife in a strange way. I'm just in the choir. I had chosen to sing in the choir because I had been told your voice just falls there automatically. I had sung soprano, alto. Now I had emerged
Wow.
and I was singing bass. I thought,
Yes.
bass is needed in the choir.
Yes.
So I'm there singing in the choir, and the funny part of our choir at Sitam Karen that time, those early years, it's like you used to have the gowns.
Oh,
So before
yes.
you go on the pulpit, you put on the gowns. Then we had a great man of God, one of our mentors, Reverend Dennis White,
Yes.
who was our pastor that time. So he was so particular, you cannot just go with this gown anywhere.
Yes.
After the session for the practice,
You
march
remove
nicely
it.
to the pulpit.
Yes.
After the pulpit, after you're done, go back to the changing room, remove
Yes,
it,
yes.
and now become like the normal people. Now go and
Wow.
discuss. And
Yes.
so I'm there now in the choir gown. Then a lady walks into our sanctuary, and she just marches. She walks and she goes to sit in a certain particular spot. So my eyes are falling and I'm worshiping. So my worship
So
is
you could see.
distracted. But I'm really praying that God give me a lady, a beautiful lady,
Oh,
that I can live my
this
life with.
caught you in
Yes.
prayer when you are already in prayer.
Yes.
Okay.
So she walks in and she sees, and I said, this is the one. Then now the challenge of the gown, because now I have to go and remove the gown after church,
Yes.
she disappears. And I'm keep on wondering, how will I ever get to meet that one?
Yes.
She walks in the next Sunday.
Yes.
She sees now even up to now, she loves sitting in one particular
Yes.
place. So
Yes.
she moved from where she sits now to a balcony and she sticks there.
Yes.
So she comes the next Sunday, she sits there. This other Sunday, she comes and sits there. Then one day I gathered myself. I said,
Yeah.
I will ask for permission.
Yes.
I leave a bit early,
Yes.
go and change,
Yes.
stand at that door where she normally exits.
Yes.
So I stood at the door and I stopped her.
Yes.
Hi, how are you? I really want to have a conversation with you.
Yes.
But now I've removed my gown. She won't
Oh,
know
she
that this is the one who was
did.
in the choir.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
So she looked at me and she walked away. She could not even want to look at me the second time. So she walked away and went. Then we had a group, young adults, where young professionals were
Yes.
meeting.
Yeah.
So the young professionals, we had meetings that we would come together.
Yes.
As peers, we just come, and in the afternoon after church, because they're so, she comes to that meeting, and I notice her, yeah, she's the one. So how do I do that? How can I even approach, or how can I even attack? And I kept on fearing, so I didn't do anything in church. I could not even approach.
Yeah.
So we have an event that is happening at Sitam Woodley, which is just across.
Yes.
That time I was living in Karen.
Yes.
So I've crossed over and I'm just in Woodley, and
Yes.
she's also come for the meeting.
Yeah.
Then I said, God, if she's the one, just take her aside so that she's alone.
Yes.
Where there's nobody else. Because I'm a very fearful man. I will not be even approaching
Oh,
there too.
I see, yeah.
So God didn't even cause that moment to come. And yet there's another lady also who is admiring me, and she know, yeah, this guy is good.
Oh.
So she's really clinging on me, and she doesn't want me to go anywhere.
Oh
but my eyes are on her.
Yes.
So after the event,
Yeah.
the great event, we had a great speaker, Dr. Mukolo. He had just spoken to us, and we are all leaving. She takes a different direction, and I'm walking towards Ngong Road to get a matatu now to go back to Karen. And I'm wondering, can I follow her? This other lady said, no, let's go this side, you go to Karen. So I tried, but I went.
Yeah.
So we took a matatu and went, but my heart now is like,
Yeah.
what God can you give me the courage that I can be able just to get her and tell her that I love her?
Yes.
It never came. So I struggled. Then she vanished from Sitam Karen, and she went to another church, Sitam Valley Road, which is a bit far from where I am.
Yes.
So for a long time, but Sitam Valley Road used to host the prayers, the Keishas.
Yes.
So I went for a Keisha and I see her. And I said, this is the moment. So
Wow.
when we took a break for tea,
Yes.
and I told her, yeah, I would want to talk to you.
Yeah.
I need to talk to you. And she kind of really could not know why I really was pushing.
Yeah.
She just dropped it and disappeared for a while. Then one time when I'm coming from a night shift in town, where we used to work,
Yes.
in the same matatu she alights, I alighted, followed her, and I said, this one now is a great opportunity. So I talked to her. I told her, so are you going to? I'm going to work.
Yeah.
I work for G4S. I'm in the ATMs department. So this is the time I report. That was around 9.
Yes.
I report at this time, so I'm in a hurry. I told her, now if you're in a hurry, please give me your number so that I can be able to call. And the rest is history.
Wow.
The next thing was we are having a cup of coffee at a restaurant in town.
Yes.
The next moment we started courting, and we courted. That was in 2005.
Yes.
Courted 2006. I was hopefully thinking we get married in 2007. Then things just happened, the chaos.
Yes.
So it could not happen. So until 22 or 8, that is 3rd of May, when we tied the knot
Wow.
at Sitam Karen with the parents and my parents just coming to bless our marriage.
Yeah.
Yes.
That is so incredible.
Yes.
You know, we live in a world clearly where there's a lot of disorder.
Yes.
Whatever God planned for the world, you know, families,
Yes.
togetherness
Yes.
is being disrupted left, right, and center.
So much.
Hence, they're talking about the new world order,
Yes.
or I call it the disorder.
The disorder.
It's so incredible to see somebody pursuing that
It's true.
the way it was meant to be, and doing it the right way.
Wow.
And joining two families together.
Yes.
And from that getting the family you have.
Yes.
So it's just amazing.
Wow.
And so the takeaway is ukiona mtu mfuata kabisa mpaka
And then hata kikataa, when God has said this is the one.
Yes.
And I think in my prayer I had gone to Catalonia to pray. Because I really wanted a wife. You know, the way you say, oh, God, my time has reached.
Yes.
I can see guys crossing over, getting married.
Yes.
I want mine, but where is she? So God had shown me this is the one.
Yes.
So when I saw I thought this is the one.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about that. This is the
Yes,
one.
yes.
Even if she says no, I know she's the one.
Yes.
So I pursued up to the end.
That's amazing.
Yes.
Fast forward to how many years now? 16 years.
Yes.
You are blessed with 3 children.
3 children, yes.
How is it parenting those kids compared to how you were raised? Of course, times have changed. It's a technology-enabled world.
Yes.
It's in the suburbs.
Yes.
Or closer to the urban areas.
Yes.
How is it, and how do you feel like you being a PK affected your parenting it could be in either way, positive or otherwise. Yes.
Yes. I can say the way my parents parented me really had a great impact on me.
Yeah.
You know, I was like my father's favorite, so everywhere where he will go with me.
Yes.
He always used to have a briefcase, so I'll be the one carrying the briefcase. So whenever he's having a meeting, a seminar, anything, I'll be there. So that I got to learn so much from him, and he used to impact me so much all across. Talk about work.
Yes.
Go back at home, he would tell us now we need to go. We used to have a plantation for coffee. Tell us you need to go to the coffee and pluck the coffee plantation, and we pluck, fill up, and you'll have your bucket, the 20-liter bucket. If you fill up this one, then you're okay. Yeah. You'll even have something, a gift from me.
Yes.
So you really go work, remove the coffee, and fill up the bucket. By the time you're taking it to the factory at Mudete, which is just a walking distance from home.
Yes. And
you've been given bus fare, but you will walk so that you can get that money to enjoy yourself. By the time you're going there, you realize that there's value in work.
Yes.
When you work, then there's something that you can really get. My
Yes.
dad will acknowledge me when I have worked and done some good work. So that's one thing I realized, and that's the kind of influence I'm also putting on my children.
Yes.
I'm telling them that, yes, as much as we love God, we do all this, you also need to work hard.
Yes.
God desires for you to excel.
Absolutely.
But he will not bring it on a plate like this and just, no. You need to work for it and make sure that you are doing the right thing, and God will bless you through that. You also need to live a life of sanctity. You need to walk nicely. Because I realized that in the days that we are living in, there's so much influence. At one point, I remember there's a guy who came to speak to us from the World Bank. And as he was speaking to us in our church, he said, no, he has even removed his television. The kids cannot watch any television and all that. That was that then.
Yeah.
Those are the 2002, 2004 there.
Yes.
And I'm wondering that it was possible that time. Nowadays, if I withdraw the television, the neighbor has a television.
It's true.
So home becomes boring. I'll go and look for that,
I agree.
whatever I need from the neighbors.
Yeah.
So I'm also just trying to help them so that realize that, you can live your life pure. You need to watch what you are watching.
Yes.
You need to watch the kind of friends you're working with. Are they impacting you positively or negatively?
Yes.
And that's what I'm really putting on them, so that I release them. If they want to go, let them go, but I've already given them.
Yes.
This is the boundary.
Yes.
Don't go beyond this. So as they grow up, I'm seeing even the bigger one is now walking in the fear of God. Every time he wants to serve God, he would want to go and even do the production at the Hope TV.
Yes.
And every time he does it, it brings him joy. And I'm wondering, at least God is molding him to become what he needs to be. Yes.
And I can imagine him being the older sibling.
Yes.
With the young ones looking up to him.
Very true.
I think it's a jackpot for a parent.
Yes.
And not just a jackpot in the worldly way of speaking.
True.
But I think any parent who understands God and a relationship with God, that's their only wish.
True.
That the children they bring to the world can follow the same path.
True.
Yeah, wow, this is incredible in terms of just hearing that it is possible. The things we think are not possible are actually very possible. True. Especially living, like you said, in a sanctified way and manner.
Yes.
You can't lie to God. You can't.
True.
Yeah, because I feel like a lot of people are blocking their own blessings because they're praying for one thing, but they're doing the opposite.
The opposite thing.
So they're doing as they're undoing. They say attack while defending.
Yeah, true. Very true.
Yeah. So what are the misconceptions towards pastors' kids that you'd like people to know, especially coming from a generation that was in a certain way, and now with all the way things have changed. What are some of the misconceptions you'd like to clear? Yes.
One of the misconceptions is that the pastor's kids must be righteous.
Yes.
That they cannot do wrong.
Yeah.
That they'll always be on the right. They will not even have some mud on them.
Yes.
That's a lie.
Yes.
Because we are all living in this world.
Yeah.
The other thing that I want you to understand is that also pastors' kids also, they need their space.
It's true.
Which sometimes was hard when I was growing up.
Yeah.
I didn't mention when we were growing up, it's like our home was for visitors.
Yeah, anybody could
People
walk
are coming
in.
from this other side, visiting from the east, the west, the south. And as they come, your space has to be disrupted. You're to now, go and sleep in the other side because now visitors are coming. So it's true. Pastors can also have that. And there's sometimes also pastor kids also can get a burnout because they're just on the way. They're just trying to really please. They're really running and making sure that things, and as they work, to an extent they can reach a place where they're just not themselves.
It's true.
They're maybe even living a lie.
Yeah.
So the truth is, kids for the pastors are also just children. We need to give them that honor. Just let them also grow up.
Yes.
And maybe that's one thing I was denied when I was growing up. I would not just grow up like anybody else.
Yes.
It's like I skipped some stages. If you've listened to my story, stages were passing, and I'm wondering, So somebody was telling me at one point, when you grow up, those stages will come back. And I'm saying, God help me that
they may. We are good as we are.
True.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. And is there a community that pastors' kids have that they can compare notes or have built just a community of togetherness? Because I feel like generally in life you have to find pockets of happiness and comfort.
True.
Do you have a community for PKs? how does it operate if it's there? What are some of the things that happens?
Yes.
Yeah.
We've got a society. We have the Pastors' Kids Society,
Oh.
which is global. It's not even only in Kenya, it's globally.
Okay.
And we also have our Kenyan chapter.
Yes.
This is a forum where just we come to mentor each other.
Yeah.
We've got the old and the young.
Yes.
So I come there and I bring my knowledge and my experience to the younger ones that are coming up, and we just mentor each other.
Yeah.
So we've got a society that is really vibrant, really doing great things. Every year we've had a time just to come and meet together. During the week we have some moments when we just have our WhatsApp groups when we just roll, and maybe we are doing prayer together.
Yes.
Or sometimes we just discussing issues together. Or maybe one of us is getting married, and you'll find us maybe sometimes in Kajiado, and we are just all of us excited and dancing and shaking leg, just as you see one of us crossing over. So we have that kind of society.
Okay.
Yes, and maybe just to mention our president in Kenya
yes,
is
please.
Madam Ruzi Kiriamana. Ruzi Kiriamana has a big heart for the PK society.
Oh.
She derived it, she really prayed and really fasted, and she derived this, and she's really been working on it. And with years, we've seen it growing. So many people joining in, so many pastors' kids coming in, pastors' kids who had challenges and are wondering, hey, who can I even share to?
True.
Who can I even share this thing that I'm going through? They have had now a platform where they can come and share in and even get mentorship. Yes.
Wow, it's incredible, because these are also very overlooked things until and unless you're in it. Yeah.
True.
So where can they be found? Maybe there's a pastor's kid or a former pastor's kid who is maybe looking for a community to join. How does it work? What are the qualifications? Does it have an age limit? How does it operate?
Okay. Yeah, so this society has an office an office in Nairobi, and we also have contacts. Yes. And the way I've said, we have so many WhatsApp groups for different ages, so that we have this age group is together. But when it reaches time for mentorship, then now we mingle in. We bring in these others so that we can mentor each other and grow each other up. Yes. So we have events that we always organize.
And is it only for pastors' kids?
Yes, this is
the entire
exclusively
society. Yeah. What is the criteria? How would you know? What if I registered and came in?
I know some people may want to register and just come.
Yeah.
But basically, we are really focused on the pastor's kid.
Yes.
And we are looking at ages from age 18 all the way 100 and over. We can still accommodate. So just across the ages from age 18 to whichever age.
Okay.
Yes.
Great. As we wrap up, maybe you can just give a word to either a PK, an upcoming one, especially now that we are very aware the generations that we are raising, they're very different from how we were raised. Yeah.
True.
And what is the one word or just a piece of advice you can give to the parents and a piece of advice to the children?
The children.
Yeah.
Yes. One advice I can give to the pastors, the bishops. I know many of them will be watching. Let's help bring these people in the God-fearing way. There's so much pressure.
Yes.
And even as we look at the situation now, we have generations. You've seen the generation Z.
Yes.
You've seen the generation Alpha that is coming up.
Yes.
Now in my house, I only have Alphas.
Yeah.
And now the millennial.
Yes.
And all these ages are just, they're really struggling with so many other things.
Yes.
May they just be there to guide and bring that hope, that there's hope, that things can be okay.
Yes.
As they stand there on the pulpit, there's even hope for us who are coming up, that God will be able to raise us and also bring them to that level.
Yes.
The other thing to the young people, the children, to the pastors, just take one day at a time. Live your life to please God. Choose to do that. My dad used to always mention and say, you guys, you're eating the money from the tithe, which is from the offerings.
Yeah.
If you misbehave, things will be so bad for you. And that's the truth. So I'm saying, you're in a pastor's house, try to carry yourself as a pastor's kid.
Yes.
Show out that you can live for God. You can. There are so many other things. There are so many things that are trying to pull this other side and this other side, but just try and stay on the path and have a focus that I would want to attain. I want to do it. It might not necessarily mean that you'll get into being a pastor or a bishop. You might find yourself just like in the place where I am, where I found myself just becoming a pastor.
True.
for the hospital. If you go there now, they tell you, that's our pastor.
Yes.
You arrange for meetings every month and he's the one speaking.
Yeah.
He's the one guiding, moderating and all that.
Yes.
So there's a place that God has for you that you can serve him.
Yeah.
Yes.
Incredible, incredible.
Yes.
Wonderful.
Yes.
It's been such an honor to have you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for taking your time, for educating us,
Asante.
for the reflection,
Thank you.
for sharing about the community.
Okay.
And I hope you can also be a friend to the show.
True.
In case we need to call you.
Yes, anytime.
Yeah, because we
Anytime.
target young people and we need all hands on deck
Okay.
from inspirational persons like yourself.
True.
To just guide us and
Okay.
steer us to the right direction,
direction.
as also a father in this nation.
True.
Asante sana.
Asante sana. Maybe I didn't mention, I also
Yes.
sing with the Men's Chorale.
Ah.
A group called Men's Chorale is a group that has existed for the last 25 years.
Wow.
Just singing for God.
Yes.
So you go to Men's Chorale, you'll find this face.
Nice.
And you've got
With the
great
bass.
songs.
Yes.
Like at the moment, there's a hit that is coming out, that
Yes.
has come out,
Yes.
Unanilinda.
Yes.
If you go to YouTube and just hit Unanilinda,
Yes.
you'll see my face, and we bless so many people, and we're just also mentoring
Yes.
and helping people to grow in their faith.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I can say it's a blessing to have, these conversations on the Nest, because the whole idea is to lift your spirit, tell you the world there's good in the world, like you've seen, and also to direct you to the right communities. Until next time, I've been your host, Maureen Waititu. Have a good night.